Well, as I've mentioned in a couple of videos recently, I wanted to check the cars as well as the engine as I prepare this set for my friend. Yeah, this engine has lots of life in it. It's pretty awesome. Smokes well too. Love that. Oops. Guess I need my caboose. Last time I got it. For those of you that have been following the channel for a while, I've started talking about a certain, I don't know, sound that you get from Flyer engines that are probably tuned up is about the best word to use. They're just free running motors. And this one has that. I don't know if you noticed a certain sound as it came around the bend, but it's a very free running engine. Can't seem to keep my cars hooked together, but the engine runs well. And I spent a lot of time running it around my layout, which of course is fun, but I was noticing that there were some issues with the couplers. Now these are knuckle couplers, not link couplers, and so typically with a knuckle coupler, if it's coming undone and it's not broken, then there's an issue with the height. And I mentioned this in our previous videos on coupler heights, that sometimes the gravity of the situation or just time tends to bring the couplers down, and that by gently kind of holding the back of the truck and pushing up behind the coupler, not just on the plastic but on the actual metal, you can gently bend that up a little bit. And so for one coupler that was in question, that worked really good. The second coupler, which was on the operating mail car, I tried that and it didn't seem to do any good. And I scratched my head, it just kept coming loose or letting go of the consist at different places. There was not a lot of rhyme or reason to it. And so finally, I took the car up and I started looking at it, and then I saw the problem. So this is something else I haven't really talked about with you all, but it's something you want to pay attention to when you're dealing with Flyer and you're getting new to you equipment, because again, over time, this stuff goes through all kinds of hands. It can be sitting in boxes with weight pressing down. It can be twisted and manipulated in different ways. It can be dropped. You just never know. I mean, these things have a lifespan of 70 years or more before you get them. So who knows what all they've been through. But I'm picking on this Gilbert milk car because it's a prime example of what I was trying to get at. And see how well this shows up holding it here in midair. But this is a car that I have on my to-do list. But if we turn it sideways, I'm hoping you will notice down here at the end how there's just a little bit of a bevel to this side frame of the truck. And when this car is in my hands, or if I turn it this way, maybe you can see just how twisted down that side frame is. And if we turn it this way, you can hopefully, maybe I should go this way, and you can see just how twisted this frame is. So if you're having issues with a car, one of the things you want to check in addition to the coupler is just check this out. If you've got this kind of an orientation happening on a truck, your coupler doesn't stand a chance because in this case, this coupler is being forced down, and it's going to have all kinds of issues. In addition to not rolling right, you're going to have more derailments. It's just going to be a constant problem. So what do? Well, you grab yourself a pair of very small pliers, and you want to grab the top of the truck, the side frame truck, which is a bar here, and you want to gently twist. In this case, as it's tilting down this way, actually it's this one that's tilting down, I would want to grab it gently and twist up. Now again, you want to be very gentle, you want to go slow and do a little bit at a time, because this stuff is old, and it could be that this side looks exasperated because this side is actually off as well. So again, you want to be gentle. And what can happen is if you're not careful and you're too aggressive with it, you can pop the side frame off. Now that's not the end of the world, but you've just created a whole lot of other issues that'd be great if you didn't have to deal with. So again, a small pliers, grab on top of the side frame, on the bottom, try to keep everything perpendicular, the side frame, and nice and square, and gently twist it. And so far, by doing this approach, I've had a lot of great success, and I think you can too. So, prepping cars had to do with a couple things. One was I checked the height of the couplers, I checked the side frames, I flipped all the cars over, I put a little bit of lightweight oil on the ends of each axle, and then of course dried any excess off. Then I used a trick that is found in Barker's book, where I took a dime and I checked the distance between the wheels, because again, over time, wheel sets for some reason oftentimes will either get thrown too close together or too far apart, and that's going to cause problems when you have crossovers and switches especially. So you want to check those kinds of things, and typically once you get that all set, the cars are going to perform wonderfully. So that's a little bit of behind the scenes that I performed on the cars that we'll now take a look at running around the layout.